how are those nuts?
These nuts?
These nuts, she says. So that's good. I was like, how do I get a nut joke in the first 10 seconds of the show? Just like that.
Episode 340, we're coming in hot with some nut jokes.
Oh, that was a bad whistle. I'm not a good whistler.
That's all right, Sarah.
There we go. That's a little better.
You can't be good at everything.
That is true. And I know that I am not. I'm learning these things.
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
It's new in your
You
world.
know, it's just like, as they say, surviving, not thriving. You know?
Stressed, not blessed.
Stressed, not blessed. Oh, I got something to complain about. So I'm in
Awesome.
this. What's new? So I'm in this whole process of waiting for my number, my associate number from the Board of Behavioral Science. Oh my!
What?
I was trying to be quiet. I just snuck out. I was drinking a soda. That was a little verb.
I'm so happy
Excuse
right
me.
now.
Oh, that was fun.
You know what? I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna surprise you with a
Sound clip.
I'm
of
gonna
that?
let her rip.
Oh,
No,
a
I'm
burp.
gonna burp,
I was
yeah.
like, you're gonna surprise me by playing a loop of that sound I just made. Okay, so I'm waiting for my number from the Board of Behavioral Sciences, and they're sticklers on like what this packet has to include. You have to have all your transcripts and blah 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 blah, blah and life scan and your check and all
Yeah.
everything, which
Yes.
I did, no
Yeah.
prob. But the transcripts that my school sent over didn't have the date that I graduated on it.
Why?
I don't know. Doesn't that seem like a really important thing? Like, just finished the program. Here are all my completed courses. I put on my transcripts, like, do not release until, conferral, blah, 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 blah. I didn't think to open the envelope, because you can't open the envelope.
You
I
can.
even got copies, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just throw it in there.
Yeah.
Threw it in there. No, didn't have the date on it.
I can't believe that.
So
now what?
they came back and they're like, thanks, but you're still missing this. And so then I have to go to the process of ordering the transcripts, making sure that they come. Now I have to order double sets, open those to make sure that it has the date because there's something that's going on, send it back. So it's just like an extra 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So, last episode I was talking about, or maybe 2 episodes, however many ago, I was talking about, oh yeah, you can look me up. And no, not yet. Not for another maybe few weeks because I'm still waiting on this number. So it's like human
computers
error.
were supposed to make life easier, but I see a lot of crap like that where it seems like things are slipping through the cracks.
When there's an error on it, it's hard to then go back. And I tried. There isn't a phone number.
Are you kidding?
I mean, there's a phone number, but the phone number gives you the options of what you can do. Email us at wait 48 hours. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's so annoying.
Yeah.
Darn. Hey, take 2 more weeks off.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Whatever.
Whatevs. I've just been real active on Instagram lately. It's like what I'm doing.
How do you feel about it?
Real good.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, and my new thing is just post the good pic, but also the failed one that was because there's always that one in the bunch.
Yeah, but your fails are so much better than most people. It's just not the best angle, but yours are Sarah.
Thanks.
You're
moment
it's
is
active.
captured.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all started with that one. There was one in Hawaii where Landon was taking pictures of me and he took one with my hair looking great and then a gust of wind came and it blew in my face and I'm like, yeah, that's the best one.
They're
Post
both
that.
real, right?
We need a little bit more of that.
You think? Are you into that?
I kind of am. Mm-hmm.
Well, I was reading about how younger people, even younger than millennials, whatever the new generation is, they hate all that polished stuff.
Yeah.
And they really like just sort of realness. Mm-hmm. So maybe you're on the cutting edge.
Oh, that's right.
I can assure you the last thing you want from me is my untouched pictures or whatever.
Of course, I'm sitting here today because we had an early interview. Well, early for me when I drive with traffic. Not a lick of makeup on.
No.
I was just like, whatever. Susie, I said I was going to get dolled up, and then Susie's like, no, you can just roll in here looking like whatevs. I'm like, okay.
Coming right
I didn't even
up.
change into my clothes until I got here.
Is that true?
Well, I mean, in all
were you
fairness, it's because
wearing?
I was wearing my leggings, but that's because I'm trying to break these jeans in. And sometimes when you ride in the car with brand new, it's so tight. I didn't want to be uncomfortable for 2 hours in the car.
What kind of leggings were they?
They were Fabletics.
I knew it.
Of course they did. Well, I mean, because that's all I own now.
You've stocked up.
Yeah. Because they got those good high-waisted ones.
They have tons of high-waisted ones.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me finish my olive.
Yeah. Bet you didn't know I was going to talk about leggings and send you into this perfect segment.
Whenever you start talking, I take a bite because I think I have a minute. Not in this case.
All right.
Fabletics is so great because it's activewear that's affordable but still high quality. Mm-hmm. Really nice pants.
Perfect for driving in the car.
Perfect for travel. Perfect for running errands, going to the gym, whatever you're doing in your day. But it doesn't break the bank. And like Sarah says, no pilling. Mm-hmm. Really nice stuff. You can look super cute. One-stop shop for yoga, running, gym gear, sports bras, shoes, accessories, tons of stuff. And they gave us a deal because they love you.
Yep.
And they love us. And we love them back.
All of that.
Get 2 pairs of their leggings for only $24, which is a $99 value when you sign up for the VIP program. Just go to fabletics.com/braincandy to take advantage of the deal. That's fabletics.com/braincandy to get 2 pairs of leggings for only $24. Also free shipping on orders over $49. International shipping. No commitment when you purchase. And you're going to love it. It's something to wear wherever you're going.
I don't know. I know we don't have our soundboard anymore. I don't know why that is. But anyways, I'd like to put in the request for that bad boy to come back.
Okay.
But every time you say 2 pairs for $24, I do a Rasta Hornet in my head. I'm like, deal. And every single time. Because I get excited about it. Like it's the first time for me every single time.
Do you think maybe you abused your privileges with the soundboard, Sarah?
That's definitely what happened. Same as my rhyming. I understand this. I got myself here.
Too far.
Story of my life.
It's lucky you're not an addict of any kind.
Yeah, that is.
How
you know
did you
what?
avoid
That's
that?
why, probably, because I'm terrified of I don't know. No,
Of
I'm just
becoming an
really
addict?
scared of no.
Wait,
my God,
what are you
no.
scared of?
No, I guess that's not true. No, I would never go overboard. That's not how I would do things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more scared of being out of control.
You know what drives me bonkers? There's this guy I follow on Twitter who has been struggling with sobriety for 3 years.
Yeah.
And he gets sober for a year and then he falls off the wagon. And he's one of those people that always announces, when he got in 2 months, he makes a big thing about it, writes blogs about how he's happier than ever. And then inevitably he falls off the wagon, asks everybody for money on his thing.
This is a very obvious pattern.
Tell me because I ignore it because it bothers me, but what do you think a person should do, in that case?
Well, I'm thinking about that. Maybe you should talk to someone book that talks about how sometimes we get used to a cycle that we're in. Mm-hmm. And even if that's not for our best interest or that serves us the best, we're just so used to it. It becomes so familiar that I think about the attention that he receives when he falls off the wagon and then gets sober again, and how that feeling of you can do it and having cheerleaders around you. And I wonder if this person is as open and honest with the people that are really close to him, because sometimes people will substitute public vulnerability for real private and personal vulnerability and think, oh, well, look, it's the same. And it's really not.
Yeah.
And sometimes they could be hiding away from the people who are really going to help and kind of be that mirror.
Hold them accountable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen to that, sister.
Because a week ago it was...
It makes perfect sense that he would do it.
I deleted my dealer's number and there's no way for me to get it back.
Yeah.
So as if that was going to be the answer. And then yesterday...
Because nobody else sells drugs. How
Right. I just felt oh no, he's definitely...
But those are good steps. I think it's important.
Sure. And maybe not announcing it on Twitter, though.
Right. And I think that if anything, you got to take a good heart. The work that you do alone is the most important.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's a hard thing for some people.
Yes, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Anyway, that was off topic. It was just sort of on my mind.
And on the topic, going back to what you were talking about with millennials who like realness.
Yes.
There is a odd exception to that I have seen popping up on the internet. And okay. I'm trying to think of which part of this I should share with you first.
Okay.
So, I'll just tell you what it is. So, have you seen these YouTube, whatever videos for freckles?
No.
Make your own freckles with henna?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I have seen that.
What are your thoughts?
freaking weird.
What the heck?
I know.
Okay, so this was really weird for me to see.
Yeah.
Because as somebody who has had freckles my whole life,
and most people hate them when they
I hate
have
them.
Yeah.
I'm fighting to not have them. I'm like paying money to go through treatments to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And to see people go, oh my God, they're so cute, and like intentionally put them on their face when it's the same thing that I had been, not like anybody was teasing me or making fun of me or anything like that, but I'm made to feel ashamed of them by, a million skincare companies and everything of like, this is sun
you're not
damage.
enough, yeah.
And then we're like making them artificially, and like that is okay. And it was like, man, is this? And I felt this weird sense of like ownership over freckles, of like, well, you're just gonna like get them, and they're gonna look so cute on you, and then I get them, and I have to be like, in a way, like not embarrassed by them, or it's like the wrong word because I don't feel that strongly about them, but it's just something that I thought was like a negative, not a positive. And it was a little, not even any way close whatsoever at all, but I understand the appropriation of hairstyles.
Yeah.
That like an African-American woman would fight against having that hair. And then you see, like I saw a white woman with box braids, like the really thin, or maybe they were micro braids, so they were a little thinner, and she was like blonde, and I'm like, that looks, that's a look. And, and then I thought back about the freckles, and I'm like, okay, they could absolutely feel that. And if it was totally systemic, and they were like, I think California just passed a law now that you can't discriminate on hairstyle.
Yeah.
At work.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
God.
happy about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if there has been discrimination about that, not like anybody's discriminated against freckles, but it gave me a little bit of insight into, I'm like, wow, if I feel this about people embracing. And what really made me think about it too was that one woman went so far as to create almost like impetigo. Is it impetigo? Yeah. Create the impetigo patches on her face.
Or do you mean the thing that Michael Jackson had? Vitiligo or something?
Vitiligo. Oh my God, I confuse those two every time I talk about one or the other. Vitiligo, yes. So it's almost like she's very pale. She's Scandinavian, I think, and she's heavily tattooed. And then she did these big, huge henna dyes on, like splotches of henna on her face to look like somebody who had vitiligo. And then I think she's a model too.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I wonder if she's getting modeling jobs with that look. And then like somebody else who has, which, oh my God, is so beautiful. But like, she has that. She's like, owns it and gets to be a model, not gets to be a model because of that, but that's like part of her look. Mm-hmm. And then somebody else adapting that look and then getting booked and maybe over somebody who really, I don't know. It felt like there was a lot that I could unpack with just one video that was just very
Don't you think, though, that
simple.
I don't know, pretty much all body modification is in that same category?
Yes, you're right.
I mean, because I think of all the things I do, I don't do the freckles thing, but I do so many other things.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
Even like lips. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Makeup. Eyelashes.
Oh my
all that
gosh.
stuff.
The whole thing.
But I think you're saying that this is unusual because freckles typically are not seen as like desirable.
Right.
In the same way that like long eyelashes are.
Correct. Mm-hmm. I never once was like, in my life, thought, oh my God, you know what? I need more freckles on my nose because then I'll be cuter.
Don't you think they are cute on some people, though?
They are.
But not in the same way as like big boobs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I was even thinking that this morning when I was thinking about like how big butts are a thing.
Yeah.
And how it's like we've kind of evolved as a society to be like, yes, we like a curvier girl, but we want her to have fat on her, but just in these specific areas.
Yeah.
On the butt, on the boobs, and that's it. But we want her to be bigger, but just like that. Same with like, we want her to have freckles, but only in these spots and not like the ones in like the patchy spot on the side of where she drives the car. It's heavier over there.
Yeah.
They should be cute and like sun kit, blah, 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 blah. And it's just, is it really an embracing of those different things, if you're still saying it needs to fit within this little,
right.
It just doesn't feel like...
It's still unattainable.
Yeah, unattainable. Mm-hmm. Correct. There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
We're all chasing the wind, or at least I am.
That's totally it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then I thought, man, maybe I can throw a few more freckles on my face.
Yeah.
Maybe some, like, intentional ones. And, like,
you're self-conscious about your freckles?
No, not so. I mean, certain like I'm starting to get some spots where I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, I remember when I didn't wear a swim cap and water polo for 4 years, or not swim cap, sunscreen. In
you didn't
water
wear
polo.
Sunscreen?
Nope, not. I do not remember putting on sunscreen a single time that I played water polo in my entire high school career.
How is that possible?
Not once.
Why didn't you burn?
I'm not even kidding. I think I was so tan by the end of it that you didn't. It was just on my back and shoulders, and then I had white legs. It's so funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, for real. It was like that. You spent very little time out of the water, and yeah, and I had just a cap line that went right across my head.
That would be a deal breaker for me.
Now I can see the line of where the sun damage is. It feels like it's dark. Like there's sort of like a
that is crazy.
Line of demarcation almost, because I wore the same.
It makes sense.
Yep, all the time. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. All the stuff we do to ourselves is weird and a social construct.
Yeah.
It's just that
I feel like people are going to think that, and somehow I think freckles is the same as like cultural appropriation, and I like want to really highly stress that it is not.
No, you were just saying you were able to get a sense.
Yes, okay, good. I'm glad we've cleared the air.
My God. Right? Oh. I'm always worried, like, what are people going to write me about this
like,
episode?
Okay, I know that this is not that, but, I just had to talk about it and cross that little fake freckles thing off of my... But the real funny part about all those videos that are online is that you can use the wrong kind of henna, and if you do, it has a reddish tint to it, and it basically looks like your entire face was spray painted with, like, blood. Like, splatter painted with blood. And there's a couple women who... And then you have to let it sit for a few hours, and then you wipe it off, and that moment when they go to wipe it off, and it's like, oh no, it looks bad.
I don't like those fail videos. It makes me upset.
I was having some bad hair days for a while, and I was like worried that like I had overprocessed my hair. So I binge watched hairdresser reaction videos to people who bleach their hair 3 times in one day. And I was like, oh, I'm good.
Oh my God.
Because I'm not doing that.
No, me neither.
My hair's fine.
Another thing that's fine is KiwiCo, which is
I love these now.
They are such a cute subscription service. It's perfect for kids. We have food boxes, wellness boxes, beauty boxes.
Yeah.
Finally, you can get a box that'll entertain your kids who are freaking bored all summer and complaining and probably online doing who knows what. KiwiCo creates super cool hands-on projects for kids to make them learn about STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math, and they make it fun. They have different age groups from 0 to 16 plus, so you can pick the one that works for your family or get several. What the heck? You get a new box each month, and it comes with a project. We got the mechanical sweeper, but each month there's like a new project to work on. You could have them do it on their own, or you could help with them.
I'll be helping with that.
Yeah, Sarah one's involved.
Yeah.
KiwiCo is a convenient, affordable way to encourage your children to be anything they want to be. No commitment. You can cancel anytime. Monthly options start at $19.95 a month, including shipping. For our listeners, go to kiwico.com/braincandy, and you get your first month for free.
Wow!
Every day counts when it comes to making a difference, so don't miss on this amazing opportunity. Again, go to kiwico.com/braincandy, get your first month free. That's kiwico.com/braincandy.
You know who would love that?
Who?
The new winner of the Miss Virginia pageant. Did you hear about this?
No.
Usually I'm like, beauty pageants.
Yeah.
Not this time.
Why?
Miss Virginia, you know what her talent was?
No.
Biochemistry. And she went out there in her lab coat and she did an experiment. And then they crowned her the queen.
For real?
For real.
What experiment did she do?
Shout out to Camille Schreier, who is now Miss Virginia. She's 24 years old, and she is a biochemistry student and future, what does she call it? It's like a type of doctor, but I can't remember what kind. It's like not an MD, but there was something specific she said in front of it. It's like basically doctor of physics or something like that. I don't know. But she's like heavily in the science world and really wanted to show it like that this was a talent and that you can, like, being smart is also really fun and that girls can do all these cool experiments and make things explode. So she did an experiment where she combined, different, mixtures and solvents and whatever it's called. And it created this huge, colorful cloud of like foam that like, woo! Oh, I hit the microphone! I did it!
Cheers!
Cheers! And we should turn that into like a drinking contest or something, or a game or whatever. Like huge foam up into the air, and everybody loved it, and the audience went wild, and it like won over the judges, and nobody's ever done that before.
Yeah, that's cool.
And she was out there in her lab coat and the glasses, and like looking like not what you'd expect, you expect like, they're in heels.
That's great.
And I loved it. And I was like, yep. And she's going to be competing in the Miss America contest. And she's going to be doing another experiment. And I just thought about Kate the chemist that we had interviewed a long time ago and her enthusiasm over experiments and, science and stuff like that.
That's so good.
So, yeah.
Do you think that it is changing, that more girls are seeing that it's not a boys thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think we're allowing them to have a seat at the science table and like play with that stuff. And it's not like, oh no, that's dangerous. Don't touch that. We're making it, we're understanding that there isn't such a thing as like girls games and boys games, and that it could be everybody playing. And
I'm glad she won too.
Me too.
So it wasn't just,
But then I did have that thought in the back of my head that was like, that's the one thing that I like bank on with those pageant girls is I know I'm smarter than them.
Oh,
but
wow.
No, I mean, I say that, but that's not true at all. But, you always think that. You're like, oh, you see a girl who's like woman who's like beautiful and like just like so, and you're like, please God, just be dumb.
Be stupid.
Please be dumb. Please be dumb. And then she's like, oh no, I'm a biochemist in my PhD program. I'm like, damn it.
And you're like,
you
please
do
be a
have
bitch.
everything.
Please be a bitch.
And then they're nice. And I'm like, okay, well then.
Then all you
win
can
it
hope
all.
for is that they're not funny.
Or me. Oh.
That's my last resort.
That's it.
Like, so they can't
or maybe
have it
sing
all.
off key or something.
Yeah,
something.
Be a
no, I'm
deviant.
totally kidding. She's probably amazing and wonderful, and it's great that she's all of those things. And,
Yay!
yeah,
That makes me happy.
But maybe she like pees in the shower.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think about, how like when you live in a neighborhood, there's usually, I don't know if they're called ordinances, covenants, whatever, where you can't do crazy shit with your
like
house.
homeowner association.
Kind of,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
HOAs will have that.
there's this person that owns a home. It's a real I think it's in Northern California, and I think it's, multi-million-dollar home. But they wanted it to be like the Flintstones.
Oh, no.
And they got like life-size
no.
dinosaurs and painted it crazy colors.
That's why they have HOAs.
Yeah, and so she got a fine. The fine was like $90 though, Like when you own a multi-million-dollar house, you don't care about it.
Yeah.
And so she keeps doing it, and they have to like sue her about it. Look up the house. So
Oh
you
my
can
God,
see it.
I have to.
So I want to know, like, I
I mean, you have to
feel
really
like
love the Flintstones to want to do
that
this.
is like a odd passion.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that bad. And I feel like it's funny. If my neighbors did that, I would not be mad. And I just wonder, like, who cares? I get if it affects your resale value of your home.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
what do you
I
think?
wonder. Oh my God.
Okay, so you think it's bad.
It's weird.
It's
Okay.
weird, but it's
I
cool.
mean, I'm not mad at this.
It's cute.
For where it is, her neighbors are clearly far away from her.
Yeah, it's not like a neighborhood. Like,
If you have money and you buy it and you own the piece, fucking do whatever you want.
that's what
Sorry,
I'm
Linda.
thinking. I'm not even sure that it's an HOA type thing. I think it's more like a
It's
community
not.
ordinance.
Yeah, it's got it because you wouldn't be able to. There's zero chance you'd be able to do any of this if she had an HOA.
I forget what the fine was for. I think it was maybe public nuisance or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, this is great. My favorite part is that there's a sign reading Yabba Dabba Doo. You're like
what
mad
else
about
is there?
that.
There's like
dinosaur statues.
red and purple building parts.
Yeah, it looks exactly like what you'd imagine a Flintstone house to look. And then she has colorful little like mushroom statues out in the front. This cute little rainbow. I mean, she should just Airbnb this shit and make it like a destination.
Down, it's really nice inside.
Oh my God, this is cool.
I don't know why she's so into the Flintstones, though.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. So there's definitely something in that. So I would imagine that she experienced some sort of trauma as a child during a time where she was watching the Flintstones, and that gave her comfort. And instead of healing the trauma, she like dove in deep into the...
Just loving it.
Yeah, Disney fans do not at me or write me about this, but sometimes I wonder if that's why a lot of people become obsessed with Disney.
Well, yeah,
into an adulthood.
You know about
because it's why I'm obsessed with Toy Story.
Yeah, and like Disney gays, you know, the gay guys that love going to Disneyland.
Yeah,
there's like a whole community of Disney gays.
It's a thing,
and I think for them. A lot of folks in the LGBT community get ripped off in their childhood and like can't be themselves and can't be free. And so then once they're able to, I think they really get into stuff sometimes like that. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing. So I just think, it's interesting. This is great. The order notes that the, quote, dense population of dinosaurs, mushrooms, and animals positioned in the back and front yard stated that it appears to be outside the norms.
Well, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, but like, who wants to live in the norms?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, what's the big deal about norms?
And if two other neighbors had creative houses, then this becomes like the Painted Ladies in San Francisco, where it's like a tourist destination and a part of the landmark. And I know that's just like painting your house a different color, but
because I've seen these
or like the neighborhoods of the Christmas lights who go, forget it. They have to actually say something when you move in to those. I heard this story. I mean, sorry, I totally cut you off.
No, it's okay.
There's some neighborhood, I think it's in California too. And if a house is for sale and somebody moves in there, the new neighbors have to agree that they'll be part of this Christmas.
Yeah, I've heard of those, like Candy Cane Lane.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because for some neighborhoods, it's a part of the reason you live there.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, to me, it's sort of like because you've seen the Christmas ones though, where it's not just over the top decorations. It's also like trashy and like dirty and unkempt and
yeah.
They don't take care of it.
Yeah.
So it looks tacky and gross.
Yeah.
This Flintstone house might not be my taste.
It's so well taken care of.
But yeah, it looks nice.
It looks kind of like mid-century modern-y style inside with but Flintstone style, which is essentially when the show was out, so it makes sense.
Yeah. What century? We don't know.
Right.
But I think it's cute.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm fine with it unless she has a foot pedal car. And
Right.
That's where I draw the line.
Right.
That's
we're
too
not
far.
putting up with that.
I'm not putting up with that.
That'd be ridiculous.
That foolishness. Yeah. Man, cool.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Okay. Dahlia, do a poll to see what people think about that.
Are we okay with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I bet a lot of people would be like, F that.
Yeah. You know what I am okay with, though? Jaden Smith and his I Love You food truck. Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay.
I'm already annoyed.
So, no, you shouldn't be annoyed.
Okay, well.
I was like, do I need to be annoyed? And then I looked into it and I was like, no, I'm good. We're all good. So, Will Smith's son, Jaden Smith, I don't know who's funding it or what started it or really, it was a very short article. But he showed up a couple weekends ago to like Skid Row area of LA with a free vegan food truck where it was just open to whoever, anybody who was housing insecure and food insecure that wanted to come up and have a good meal. And it's just this black truck that says, I love you food truck. And he's just cruising around and bringing good food to the people.
Yeah, that's real nice.
Yeah, end of story.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Me too.
I mean, he's a weird kid.
At first I was like, is this like some... Like, I don't like when people use altruistic acts as a way to, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
To promote themselves or whatever, But he wasn't doing that. There was no, like, it was just super low-key. I mean, I think it, like... It
you know what I mean?
Went viral kind of thing.
Yeah, I bet. Publicist.
Yeah, that's true.
Cynic.
But I will say I'm gonna shout out to
cool.
Jaden for it.
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
Yeah, if I had a bunch of money and I was some famous kids, so I mean he's making it on whatever. He's got the hookup from his parents. That's a good way to spend your money.
Another good way to spend your money is to get a Ring 2-way device for your doorbell, the video doorbell camera situation. You know all these hilarious videos that we see?
Yes.
Well, you can also actually protect your family from some sort of cuckoo bird that wants to get in and steal your family or steal your crap.
We won't allow it.
We won't
Not
allow
with the
it.
Ring security
Neither
system.
will Ring. Their mission is to make neighborhoods safer. I'm sure you guys have seen these. They're all over now.
All over.
Everybody has them, and you need one too. You can stay connected to your home from anywhere in the world. So if you get a package or a surprise visitor, you'll get an alert on your phone. You can see it, hear, and speak to the person all from your phone. So you can be like, whatever, leave the package, or whatever you want to say. And as a listener, you have a special offer on a Ring starter kit available right now with a video doorbell and motion-activated floodlight cam. The starter kit has everything you need to start building a ring of security around your home. Just go to ring.com/braincandy. That's ring.com/braincandy to get that special offer.
You know.
How about I don't know if I caught this on my camera, but I was out in my living room the other night, and there's these sort of like, they're basically tall bushes that are right by the window. And my cat starts losing her damn mind. And, I had seen other cats,
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of activity out there with those, like, strays or outdoor cats. So I figured that's what it was. And I did see a couple cats. But then next thing I know, a fucking gigantic raccoon
What?
starts climbing the tree.
Wait, inside the courtyard or outside?
Out
Out
here,
here.
yeah.
Oh. Get
And
after it, little
right
raccoon.
behind the Joybird blue chairs.
Yes. Oh, okay,
Those
got it.
bushes back there. And so it's like inches from the window. And it's, you remember in Elf when he's like, you need a hug, and the elf like stands up?
Yes.
That's what it was like. Because it jumped down.
Those
and it
things
was
are mean.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
you saw
aggressive.
it? They're really aggressive.
And they're not scared of anything.
Not one little bit.
Yeah.
It's like they look like they're laughing at you when you try to like shoot
When they
away.
have like that burglar mask
Yeah.
like look from the fur because they have those black circles. It's creepy, man. And they're so like bold.
Yeah. So what ended up happening?
I was like smacking the window, tried to get it away, and it just stood up on
just
two
looks
legs
at
and
you.
like stared at me.
Like,
And
what the fuck, lady?
it climbed up in the tree, and I think it ate a little birdie.
No.
I do, because he was eating something.
No.
When he came down.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know. R.I.P.
Yes.
birdie.
R.I.P. Gosh, it's like you're just setting me up with these segues
Why?
here because one of the last things on my list to talk to you about, a funny story I read. So a hospital, I want to say it's in California. It's an animal hospital.
Okay.
Animal hospital gets they're like 24-hour. You can pull up there. They get at like midnight. A car pulls up. And they don't have any idea who, like, no announcement,
Yeah.
no, like,
Yeah.
hey, somebody's coming. And the driver gets out, and he walks around to the passenger door, like the backseat door, opens up the door, and sitting in his backseat is a little bird. He was an Uber driver, and the bird was Ubered to the rescue vet center.
Without a parent?
Here's why.
Okay.
So this guy, Tim Crowley, and also, don't we always say to people, you're like,
Yeah.
you and your last name are
Yeah.
tied? His last name, when I wrote this, I was like, oh, come on. This seems like fake. Crowley. Crowley. His
Right.
first name is a bird. So he's out drinking with his buddies at like some, I want to say it was like 4th of July or like right after 4th. He's at like some party. And he's like drinking. He's had too much to drink. And all of a sudden, a bird just falls out of the sky, like it hit a tree, or maybe it was fighting with another bird up in the sky. But this poor little bird falls to the ground and is like clearly injured. And they're like, oh my God, we got to save this bird. And they're like, but I can't drive. And then one of his friends jokingly was like, man, maybe we should just get an Uber. And they're like, okay, well, but like, no, seriously, we need to take care of this bird. We should get it an Uber. I mean, we're paying for the ride. The driver's just got to like take whatevs, right? And so they called an Uber. They had the Uber driver come pick up this bird. They put little birdie in the back seat.
No.
Yes. And then the Uber driver drove the bird to the animal hospital, delivered the bird,
No cage or anything.
and he's going to make full recovery.
Come on.
Is that not cute? Come on.
Would you do that?
Absolutely.
You would.
Oh, guaranteed I would be doing that.
You'd call an Uber for a wild bird problem.
Well, it's not if you see an injured animal that you know you can do something about, you want to help, and also picture you and me a half a bottle of wine deep. You know I'm saving that bird. We have to save it. We can't just leave it here. We need to call an Uber. Should we get it in Uber X? It's extra special, or Uber XL?
Wouldn't you go to the animal hospital, though? I wouldn't just put it in some person's car and
No,
hope for
I
the
probably,
best.
I mean, I think, and this was like, he's like a young guy. I mean, I think he did the best thing he could do with the situation. And I just love that idea of like,
it's very
the
nice.
Uber driver, like the chauffeur opening up the door.
I hope they
for a
tip that
little
Uber
bird.
real good.
Good point. Excellent follow-up question.
Because they would have to get out of the car and either take that bird in, or they would have to go get someone to get it.
I have a feeling, though, if you're like this Uber driver, that now you'd be invested in this bird, too. Now it's like a thing.
What planet
And
are
now-
you on?
I mean, well, one where the birds are rescued, Susie, opposed to the planet you're on, where birds are dying,
No, like whenever,
left to just lay there.
when we had the birds hitting the windows all the time, we always did help and like give them water and like try to nurse them back to health. But I never would have taken it to a clinic or anything.
Yeah,
maybe
they
if it
just
were a
saw it.
crow.
And I think, that would be.
But some dumb fucking pigeon or whatever.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a pigeon. It was a cute bird. There's a picture of it. I tried to look it up. I didn't. I don't know what happened. Oh, and you know what they named because they have to name the bird at the vet. They don't have to, but
Lucky.
they do. No, Petey Uber.
My God.
So little Petey Uber's doing just fine. Thanks to Tim Crowley. I was like, is this a prank?
They should have named it Tim Crowley Jr.
That would have been even cuter. Tim Crowley Uber Jr.
Wow. All right. Next up, what do I want to talk to you about? Oh, this is a question I have for you.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody tweeted this and it made me think. She asked, can you think of an unhinged or poorly behaved famous person, like Charlie Sheen or something, who's beloved anyway because they're a genius, quote, 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 that is a female?
Oh.
Because
no, but let me think. I'm gonna have to put some more. I have to put some deeper thought into it today.
Somebody named Carrie Fisher, who I thought was a pretty good example of a woman who struggled with some issues and addiction and all that. I wouldn't say she's unhinged, though. Right. That's the difference.
I feel like this would almost more fall into the world of like art or kind of like performance art stuff.
Okay, but like, can you even think of a woman?
Oh, will you pause it real quick?
I can't think of any women though.
Yeah. I mean,
Somebody said Amy Winehouse, and then the person was like, she was not beloved. She was like ripped to shreds.
Yeah, that's true. Not beloved.
Right.
No. Because, even the ones,
Like, I would say Kanye falls into this category of being unhinged.
Yeah, he's definitely
and
that.
People still really like him.
I feel like it's two camps.
Yeah. But he is beloved.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, fair.
I'm like, did you see him on the David Letterman thing?
No.
I was like, this is awkward.
Oh, yeah. There's something going on there where there's like a hint at a little bit of like mental illness that it seems
He admits it.
Oh, he does? Mm-hmm. Okay, then yes, I can say it.
Can't remember
I just don't like to diagnose people without any actual...
Yeah, I can't remember if it's bipolar or whatever, but it's something serious.
Yeah.
And so when people get mean to him, Kim will be like, hey, he has mental illness.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of people that we call unhinged have some sort of...
I'm thinking like, no, she's not unhinged. It's got to fall in almost like a musician or artist category. Like, I don't know why Yoko Ono popped in my mind, but she's not really unhinged either.
She's eccentric.
And she's eccentric. Yeah. And like Bjork, it's kind of like those more, but it's more eccentricities than like bad behavior.
Yeah.
Because that women won't
It's not
cut
tolerated.
It's not tolerated at all.
Yeah.
And if anything, that kind of, I would almost imagine that those women are often taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I almost mean like what the fuck is his name?
Harvey?
Weinstein.
Yeah.
Kind of taken advantage of, like, you know, it's almost like they can be, I don't know, preyed upon. That's like kind of the wrong word, but vulnerable maybe a little bit when the power dynamics are different as compared to a man who maybe is a little more, I don't know.
One thing that you should take advantage of, though,
Yes.
is Lightstream. Which, if you're tired of paying ridiculous interest rates on credit card bills,
I am.
and if you're ready to pay off your credit card balances and start saving money,
Which I am.
then Lightstream is for you. You can get a credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream, rates as low as 5.95% APR with auto pay. You can get a loan from $5,000 to $100,000 with no fees as early as the day you apply. The application is so easy. You can apply right from your phone. I checked it out. It looks really simple, not overwhelming. And just for our listeners, apply now to get a special interest rate discount. The only way to get the discount is to go to lightstream.com/braincandy, lightstream.com/braincandy. Subject to credit approval, rate includes 0.50% auto pay discount. Terms and conditions apply, and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/braincandy for more information. There was a woman an actress named Sean Young. Do you remember her?
That does ring a bell.
She was popular in like the 90s, early 90s. And she was desperate to be cast as Catwoman.
Uh-huh.
And she started like putting on the
Okay,
Catwoman
I do
suit.
remember this. Sean, what's her name?
Young, I think.
Young.
And a lot of people saw it as very unhinged behavior.
I totally remember this.
And she basically never worked again.
Yeah,
And
you're
I
right.
didn't even think it was that weird.
You're right.
And like when Mariah Carey was said to have been unhinged on TRL, remember when she was
Yes.
promoting glitter? I remember thinking at the time, like, what? I don't get what the big fuss is about. It was odd, but people acted like she was having a breakdown on TV, and I just thought, I don't get it. It's just not allowed for women to be...
You know the one that pops into my mind?
Huh.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah, she was beloved, though. You're right.
Mm-hmm. And I think...
Because she was pretty. I bet.
And when... I wonder, it's almost like when we love their talent more than we love the human, then we turn a blind eye to a little bit of the behavior that may be like big cries for help that this human
I think she's a good
needs
example.
help.
Because people did mock her and stuff.
Yeah.
But they did love her still.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Good example.
Uh-huh. That's the only one I could think of.
I'll have to go back to that thread. It's like 3 months old.
Yeah.
Be like, I
Be
thought
like,
of one.
Whitney Houston. Yeah.
Got it.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, because she was for sure unhinged.
Has anybody called you that before?
No, but I mean, it wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
What about you?
No, I felt like sometimes I'm on
yeah.
the brink of it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
I have
yep,
been unhinged.
I am totally falling to pieces right now.
Yeah.
You know?
I have definitely had that feeling, but no one would have known that.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. And I'm just like, wonder why no one notices that I'm like
Oh my God.
falling apart.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I like the other day I had like a full blown breakdown.
Did you?
Yeah, and I was like,
Like, what does that look like for you? Do you cry like crazy or?
yeah, sometimes I cry, but first I'll like start to panic about something that doesn't matter at all, that I like have control over
Oh, yeah.
because I don't have control over something else. So when I recognize that is happening, and then I'll almost become paralyzed in the moment where I know I want to do something to change whatever situation or like fix the problem, but I cannot move my body or come up with the idea of what to do. And if I don't have a lot of awareness to say, you need to remove yourself, you need to do something for you right now, you need to like go for a walk, you need to da-da-da. If I don't like pause and if I just try to like move on to the next thing, then I will end up crying or end over something ridiculous or but usually most of the time I can just say, okay, this is what you need to get out, take a walk. You need to, whatever it is, find something. Also accept that this is nothing you can control. Mm-hmm. And, blah, blah, blah. Find evidence as to why that other crazy thing, like the house burning down, isn't going to happen.
That's so hard to do.
It is so hard. It's like you have to be, I don't know, your own life coach, and therapist in the moment.
I remember when I was little, my mom used to have this little thing framed that was about not letting people or circumstances steal your joy. Mm-hmm. But, what else? I get the idea that, external factors shouldn't affect your existential joy.
Yeah.
But day to day, not joy,
mm-hmm.
but
mm-hmm.
contentment and
mm-hmm.
happiness
mm-hmm.
is definitely affected by people and circumstances.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we need to really embrace that life is messy.
Yeah, that's
it's like
what
the
I want.
messiest thing ever, and nobody is. It's not exception. It's for everybody's dealing with this. There's nobody who's not dealing with messy shit.
Because my mom, she's a head in the sand type of person. Right. Everything's always great, Yeah.
And
so I'm not like that. Yeah. And so when I just acknowledge the messiness of life and the bad stuff, she then thinks I'm in the pit of despair. She always says, "How's your state of mind today?"
Oh my God, that would drive me bonkers.
It was fine, Margaret, until you started saying weird stuff. And luckily, she knows I'm not a believer anymore, so she doesn't do the religious mumbo jumbo, but she does that with my sister, where she'll be like, there is spiritual warfare going on, and Satan is tricking your brain. It's just the verbiage is funny.
Right. That's it, because we can say that in therapeutic terms that, your brain is a very powerful thing.
Sure.
And there are automatic thoughts that pop in there, but your thoughts are not you, and you have the ability to choose and control those thoughts and control your actions.
Right. But she's saying Satan is at the wheel.
It's the same thing.
I'm just glad she doesn't do that to me.
Yeah.
I'll just stick with, how's your state of mind?
Mm-hmm.
Fine, Peg.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That is hard.
I've
really learned recently, and I think you've brought this out, showed me this, and a few of my therapist friends as well, that there is such a thing as too much optimism and too happy and all that stuff, and how important it is to meet people halfway.
Yes.
It is so important.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're just a cheerleader for people all the time, then
it's exhausting.
It's exhausting for both people.
Both people.
And both people feel well, I can't, I'm not that right now. And that's okay. So to be yeah, you're right. This, you kind of aren't, this is bad right now. But then it'll be fine.
I recently read that Bible verse that's, there's a time to weep, a time for joy, a time to dance, time to mourn. And she was struck by it. And she was you're right. We don't have to be happy all the time. There is a time to be mourn and a time, whatever. Thank God.
Yes.
Because then you can be human.
Who knew? You just needed a Bible verse to defend your argument.
Ticket.
I know, right? I feel like you will have a few of those in your back pocket to pull out.
Luckily, there's plenty, and you can find one to defend anything.
You can interpret it however you want, and to back up your argument.
Speaking of moms, your mom she probably sent it to you too, the New York Times article about the areas in the country where there's no Wi-Fi. Did you read that?
No.
It was really good.
She sent me one on the dog food that's causing
She knows we like different
cardiovascular.
things.
Yes. Yeah.
Dog food.
Yeah.
This was about, I think it's in one of the Dakotas or Montana or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they have a special telescope there that requires there be no Wi-Fi or any kind of waves that would interfere. Mm-hmm. So it's essentially a dead zone.
Wow.
And you cannot have Wi-Fi there. You cannot have a smartphone.
Wow.
And so some people go there to visit as a rest from technology. Yes. Other people, it attracts a lot of eccentrics because there's also people who believe they're allergic to Wi-Fi, and they put mesh on their walls and stuff to protect them from these vibrations. Maybe they are. I don't know.
We can throw that into the category of things that maybe you're trying to control for a problem that might be out of control, and you're looking to have.
Yeah, and maybe it's a placebo.
Who knows?
Whatever,
right? Which is totally real.
Works
in fact,
for them.
Yep.
But it's fascinating because they're running into problems. They can't even have microwaves, but everybody's car now even has like Bluetooth.
Yes, you're right.
And like our tires send a message to the dash saying you need to add
it's
air.
So crazy.
And so they're trying to figure out how to maintain this bubble in a world that is not cooperating.
I want to know so much about what, like, do plants grow better in that bubble?
They didn't mention that.
Because there has been some debate on that.
I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah.
If they did.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it does. Sometimes the microwave, it's just interesting to me. Because, like, it seems like that's a completely different type, like, wave. Mm-hmm. So why is that affecting it? Like microwaves have to do with like water and steam, like the evaporation of like the water inside whatever.
For whatever reason, it must affect the telescope's
that's so interesting
operation.
You know, because I've always said that of like, well, not always, but before getting all the science behind it, I was like, oh man, I gotta like unplug my Wi-Fi. I gotta sleep away from it. I gotta da-da-da. And same with microwaves. Like, don't stand in front of the microwave. And then I listened to Neil deGrasse Tyson and a few other people talk on waves and how when the life, I don't even, when the it's very hard to describe, but basically when like this biological life does not have the components that inside of it that would be altered with that radiation, then nothing will happen. Like, you don't have to worry about microwaves because the things that are happening in microwaves physically can't happen inside your body. Mm-hmm. And it's like different. It's like apples and oranges. Yeah. So like, don't worry.
Yeah.
And the same thing with like the Wi-Fi. Like, that's a silly thing to worry about because that can't, but now like question mark. I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think there's a lot of people that feel like that, and also some people just aren't interested in being that accessible and
I'm
online.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people really resist that, so this can be a nice retreat.
Yes.
Or if you want it to be permanent, you can live there, but there are going to be fewer and fewer of these places because it's just not feasible. Like, they mustn't have a hospital there.
Oh my God, good point,
right?
Suze.
Because they allowed dial-up, but like that's not going to cut it these days.
You can't communicate between. That's not how that works. Even the machines, they wouldn't.
And like, what about police equipment? Doesn't that have fucking?
Yes, all of it.
I have some follow-up questions.
Yes.
New York Times.
Yeah. My brother swears that he can feel the heat of his cell phone, like like when he holds a phone, it kind of buzzes, like hurts his hand a little or something.
No.
And there was one place on the freeway when I would drive to school where every time I would come around that turn, I would get, it almost feels like how you'd imagine it to feel if you were in a room with a really loud noise where it feels like uncomfortable internally, but there's no noise there, is the only way I can describe it.
Right. They say 0 decibels and people can't stay in there in those rooms very long.
Well, and that's the feeling that I would get when I would drive past this, where it's like,
yeah, I think that's weird, a real thing. Yeah.
But I don't. And then I was like, why do I feel like this? And then I looked when it was like, I would always drive past that at night. And then in the daytime I drove past and I realized it was a big, like, Wi-Fi, one of those tower things that was right on that corner. And I was like, oh my God, could that be it?
Yeah, that's not good.
I know. So that makes me go, okay, well, what's that? Yup. We just don't know things.
I think the point of the article was just about, I don't know, finding a little more balance so that we're not, like, so you do say hello to people when you see them rather than just looking at your phone or whatever.
Yes, please.
But to me, like what you're saying, those questions of like, how does this all work?
Yeah.
That's more interesting.
Yeah.
Because I do get a little weary of the anti-technology think pieces that I've seen.
Right.
Because I think it's like also bandwagony. Like everyone likes to, it's kind of like how people always say kids today.
Right. No joke.
like
Every
that.
single generation there. They thought this is their feeling about cars.
Yeah.
For real. Mm-hmm. We need to get back to a simpler time.
See,
but
just get that Flintstone car.
Right. There you go.
A simpler time. I think people forget what it was like to live in a simpler time. It was kind of complicated. Like when you get lost.
Oh my gosh. It was so complicated.
It was a real pain. Like, and if you got your wires crossed in terms of like, where are we meeting and what time? Like half of the sitcom plots from the shows I watched would no longer be a problem.
That's totally true.
Where there's like a misunderstanding and someone shows up and the other person...
lost her number. I'll never find her again. Except for Facebook.
Yeah. Now a lot of those issues, connectivity, are just solved.
But now I'm like, too much.
Yeah.
You know, I think we really need to give people the permission to not get back to us right away.
Ugh.
And
don't get me started. I'm so mad about that.
Which side are you taking? I just want to make sure that you're on the same one as me.
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I had ordered a pair of shoes. They never came.
Yeah.
I sent an email. They didn't get back to me. Months.
Yeah.
And so I just remembered.
Yeah.
And I realized, they follow me on Instagram because I had tagged them in a pair of shoes another time. So I sent them a DM and they wrote me back. And I got it at like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And it said, we need to know what order it was and all that jazz. And I got it, but I got to look that up.
Right.
So in the
and
morning.
Also.
Yeah.
Now
it's my problem. Yeah.
Like, you were the one who sent the email. You waited a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Or long. So now you wait.
Yes.
You
but
guys
then
wait.
the next morning I woke up to a question mark.
Get out.
I swear.
Nope. Not allowed.
And I
not
was like,
okay.
Fuck
Excuse me?
Even if I could have provided that information right then, I'm not
That's
required
rude.
to.
Right.
This is all your fault.
No joke. I do not like that.
So I've had that happen twice this week, and I'm like, why do people think I'm on call?
I hate that.
And I'm just available all the time.
We gave people we're so much more compassionate and understanding for the schedules of others.
Yeah.
When, because in our minds it's like, oh, well, I'm free. It's really that inability to, it's sort of empathy, but also what is it when you like can see the other person's perspective? There's a name for this of like, when you understand that another person has different ideas, beliefs, thoughts, feelings than you.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
We're like devolving in that.
And it makes me crazy.
Yeah, same.
And I'm like, buzz off.
Right.
But, so I agree with what your point was. Like, I don't do
and there's
that.
always there's never oh my God, I just don't want to talk to this person or whatever. I have a bad we'll call it a bad habit, but after our argument here, just this thing that sometimes happens where if I'm going through something and I know that there's a lot of stuff I want to talk to somebody about, the people who are the most important to me will send a text message, and they're the ones I want to talk to the most, but I know I'm going to need 2 hours to really dive in there, and I'm not going to do a 10-minute. Like, I can't. The little conversations almost leave me feeling like, I don't know, like too unsatisfied. It's not like I got to.
Yeah,
it's just
unsettled.
Unsettled. That's kind of it. And so I'll just wait, and I'll until I have time, and then so much time will pass, and then
it compounds.
Yeah, and then I gotta be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry for But just know, shout out to all my friends out there. If I haven't talked to you in a long time, it probably means because I love you so much, and I'm just going through stuff, and I promise we will.
Yeah, and your true friends aren't.
Yep,
doing
always.
that thing.
I can name like 5 of them right off the top of my head who I owe these phone calls to, and they would all be like, I don't care, everything's fine, I love you.
Well, I do care about people leaving us a 5-star review.
I care a lot about that.
And subscribing and telling a friend.
Tell like 2 or 5 or 10.
Yeah,
whatevs.
please.
Just bring us up at the dinner table with your family.
And thank you for all the articles you guys send and stuff like that.
Yes, we've been loving them.
Somebody sent that ball pit one from the other day.
Oh, cool.
Too. So I didn't know her name, but anyway, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.